Hi, welcome to another 2-minute tip. This week's 2-minute tip is called "The gaps are as important as the notes." It sounds a bit corny, but what you don't play is just as important as what you do play. When people think about playing rhythms, specifically on the ukulele, they often think about the timings of hitting the chords. They think about, am I playing beats? Am I playing in between the beats? Am I playing triplet strokes? Those sort of things. But what they often don't think about is when the note stops. And on some instruments you have to think about that very carefully, because some instruments sustain for a long time. If you're playing a wind instrument, you can hold a note as long as you like, and you have to consciously either move to another note or stop playing that note. On stringed instruments, you can pretty much get away with playing the note and letting it die on its own, particularly on the ukulele because it's got such a short period of sustain. But if you concentrate on stopping the notes as well as starting them at the right point in a rhythm, you can really bring a rhythm to life. So if I play a very, very straightforward rhythm, I'm just letting it ring on. I'm not doing anything to stop those notes. But if I do things to stop those notes, it's got a much nicer groove to it, that one has, and that was just a C chord. All I was doing there is on some of the strums, I'm landing that fat part of my thumb on the strings immediately afterwards to keep those ones short. The other thing you can do is if you're playing a chord where all the strings are covered, like a bar chord, like a D7, or like a chord like maybe an F7 where all of your fingers are on a different string, no open strings, you can simply release the pressure very, very slightly. You shouldn't be squeezing hard anyway, so it's just a slight release of pressure so that the strings come off the frets, but your fingers don't come off the strings. There's the chord. It's a tiny movement. But if I do that, I can take a rhythm like this, and I can make it. A choppier rhythm simply by stopping those straight away. That's really, really important when you come to play swing tunes, because rather than just going, which doesn't sound very jazzy, you can do this. You can give it some bounce, you can give it some energy, and it also just stops the strumming being a way of keeping a chord going for the desired amount of time and turns it into something that's just as important as what chord you're playing. It gives it a rhythm, a groove, something you can tap your foot to, and it can really, really bring a simple rhythm to life. Just that idea of controlling how long each note rings for. Here's a ska tune. Here's the rhythm. Now, straight away that starts to sound like a ska tune and not just a regularly strummed chord. Play around with different rhythms and how you can stop the strings from ringing with that hand and with this hand. Have fun, and I hope this helps. See you next time.